Hi, my name's Kevin Wilkes. Over the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to introduce you to a company called Premier Cashback. If you've been in network marketing, or you are in network marketing, or you've worked online and you've tried to make money, you're going to be very familiar with some of the things that I'm going to show you shortly. I've been in Premier Cashback for a while now, and I now have a company that is building a long-term income for me and my family, and I only need to build this once. So please bear with me while I run through what the company is all about. The company was established in 2008 and has an impeccable record of service to its members, and it's never missed a payment in that time. One of the key things is we have 100% retention 100% of the time. We have no volumes to meet each month, no targets to hit each month. We don't get demoted. Once we hit a rank, once we get promoted, we stay there for life. You can never be demoted. Members can make a one-off purchase and get paid over and over and over again. Just going to run through the retail partners we have. The first one is a business called Solustra. This is based on a cardiovascular product, or the lead product is based on a cardiovascular product. The main ingredient in the product is a product called L-arginine. If you Google Nobel Prize 1998, you'll see it's actually won a Nobel Prize because of contributions to the human body. But this is only one of a range. We also have a product for the digestive system. The digestive system leads to an awful lot of problems in the human body. And we have a diet product, one that actually works, not one that's based on caffeine or speeding up the metabolism. This product actually works, and we all know the size of the diet industry out there. One of the fastest growing industries in the world is the nutritional supplement group, producing approximately 32 billion in revenue for nutritional supplements alone in 2012, and it is projected to double and top 60 billion by 2021. Solustra is entering an already rapidly growing market, but what gives us a great advantage is our products are simply the best available and are equally priced to our competitors. Why do we think they're the best available? Our nearest competitors with an L-arginine based product have 9 active ingredients in the product. Solustra has 24 active ingredients. They're produced from the highest quality products, and they give maximum benefit to health and well-being. Our second retail partner is a business called Chartford's Gallery. This is a Canadian-based company. We will quote Canadian dollars. One of the artists in the gallery is a guy called Jack Cardiff. Jack passed away in 2008, 2009. Very famous for cinematography, for photographing Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, that sort of thing. And we have the Doctor Who collection exclusive to us through the BBC Worldwide. And there are hundreds of artists, and we're offering very high quality limited edition fine art prints. This is actually a currency, it has a value. A limited edition fine art print has a value. And when I first saw this, I thought, art, okay, it's interesting, but it's going to be difficult. But in fact, when you look into it and research a little bit, the gallery achieved sales in excess of 9 million Canadian dollars in a 16-month period across 2013-2014, and paid out members $6 million in cashback payments. That'll give you a little bit of a clue as to how this actually works. So the online art market in 2014 was valued at 1.6 billion. This is predicted to increase to 3.7 billion by 2018. Online sales only account for 2.4% of a vast market worth over 65 billion annually, and is set to increase, with many buyers saying they're just not comfortable going into art galleries. They'd rather buy it online. I've been through that experience. I'm sure a few other people have. Limited edition prints are a popular entry point for online art buyers. High quality fine art prints start from as low as £125 in the gallery. The price point at which first time buyers are entering the market is fairly low, with 42% saying they had spent under £1,000. The interesting fact there is that means 58% have spent over £1,000. Amongst repeat buyers of art using online platforms, 45% are prepared to spend £5,000 or more, highlighting a massive opportunity for growth. We have other products coming. There's going to be products added regularly. The one that's due fairly soon, and we know is pretty well chomping at the bit to get going, is high grade coffee. This is an enormous opportunity with coffee. Just about every household drinks coffee or has coffee in it for visitors and so on. Difference is our coffee will earn you money, and every member money basically. But it's not magic mushroom coffee, no wonderful and weird ingredients in it, just high grade coffee. And water filters. In our house, I know that we spend an absolute fortune on bottled water every month, and I do remember water filters being launched back in the 1980s, and it absolutely took off. Well, water hasn't improved in the last 30 odd years. We're using more and more bottled water, so water filters is going to be another huge product. What we can tell you is all the new products that are added will be of the highest quality, and they will have massive appeal to consumers. I just want to talk to you a bit about network erosion, because many of us have been presented opportunities, and this is a very good example because they talk about get three, everybody get three, and you'll build a big network. And that's true, and this is kind of how the structure works. You get the general here, he'll be the one with the contact, he gets the new product, he appoints his leaders, he'll get three of them, they'll all appoint three people. So here's their soldiers, the soldiers go and get their troops, whatever you want to call it, sergeants, troops, whatever. Everybody's getting three. You can see how the network builds down. By the time you get down here, you've got a huge network, you've got some nice teams building. The general up here has already his Porsche 911, he's living in a house in Surrey and got a villa in Spain. You know, that's fantastic, but this isn't actually reality, because in reality what happens is people, you know, if it's utilities for instance, people change their utility suppliers. If you're dependent on people dropping catalogues out every month, they don't always do it every month. It might rain, so therefore your income goes down. If they're in a health and nutrition product, they're on an auto ship. You're not on an auto ship with Premier Cashback, by the way. The auto ship comes in, they've got to choose between the auto ship and food for the kids or the electricity bill, because they're not making the money from the network they thought they would. And I know people who have funded their networks in order to keep themselves at rank, that sort of thing. What happens is, historically, is those numbers drop. Interestingly, I was approached by a guy recently who was at the top of a network, asked me to join, and I said to him, my first question is, what's your retention rate? His answer was, well, I'm doing $1 million a year. I said, no, what's your retention rate? He said, 50%. I said, okay, that's great for you on, you know, $1 million a year. If you get 50% of your customers stay with you, you're still on $500,000. But for the guys down here on a few £100, a few $100 a month, if they're losing 50% of their people every month, they're out every night trying to restock, trying to get new customers in and so on. It's just horrific. It's really hard work. So these people start to drop out of the business. And what happens is it affects incomes on this level. So people here suddenly think, well, you know, I've got to go back to my day job. It's not meeting the expectations I thought it was. And you'll see the network gradually start to shrink as people just aren't making the money. And then it gets up to the sergeants, the people at the higher level, they're not making the money. The leaders up here are not making the money. And it's only a matter of time in general, in my experience, and this has happened to me several times, where the general starts to look for a new project. He finds a new project and off he goes. He's looking at that. And he'll leave the network with promises to all his people that, you know, come with me, we'll do it. It's going to work this time. This is the greatest thing, blah, blah, blah. Just doesn't happen, just keeps repeating. And that's been my own personal experiences. Anybody who's been in the industry for a while will know there's up to 80% fallout. The 80-20 rule does apply. The reason we know about the 80-20 rule is because it actually exists. This just isn't true in Premier Cashback. This is a fact. Premier has 100% retention 100% of the time. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about a very well-known pay plan. This is a binary pay plan. Pays down 2 legs, so you create 2 legs and you've got to work both legs, got to try and keep them even. But actually what happens is you might get on one side a real prolific recruiter, team builder, blah, 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 and they start to build their network down one side, and one side of your binary just explodes. You can end up with, say, 200,000 in turnover in that network. The other leg's still doing 20,000. What the company does, it pays you on the lower leg, so it draws a line through there. It's going to pay you commission on that lower leg. And then what happens? You've got to repeat it again the following month. So what happens to all this money here? Essentially, it goes to the company. This is not true with Premier Cashback. Premier Cashback puts all the money back into the program, and it benefits all members equally, which you will see shortly. This is how the program works. If you think about a typical loyalty program, we're talking about a high street coffee shop here, well-known high street coffee shop there, and we've all done this. You get a card which you can stamp. You put a stamp on the card every time you make a purchase, and when your card is full, you're going to get a free coffee. Okay, what the company's doing, they're buying loyalty, so you'll go back there time and again, but it's essentially giving you a percentage of its profit. In the Premier Cashback loyalty program, what happens is you make a purchase, you get a free cashback point in the program. Now this card here, if you like, is going to be stamped, but it's not necessarily going to be stamped by any purchases that you make. These stamps can come from members which are completely unattached to you. When you get to 3 levels full, it's going to make a payment to you, and when you get to 4 levels full, it's going to make another payment to you. In our Omega program, this amounts to 540% return to you. Once complete, it is substantial. That's the cashback payment you're going to get. If a member chooses to refer people to the program, their card will complete faster, so you can control these stamps on your card. If you bring people to the business, introduce them to the business, these stamps can be from the people that you've introduced, going directly on top of you. So if you take it that you say, let's say you've introduced this guy here, let's say this is Joe, for instance, he's joined, he's made a purchase, his point has gone, or his stamp has gone directly on top of you. And then you might get Julie here, Julie joins, Julie makes a purchase, and again another stamp goes on your card. What happens is Julie's stamp is trying to get as close to you as possible. So Julie's stamp is actually going to sit on top of Joe, which benefits Joe and benefits you. But we're going to go into that in a little bit of detail, not too much. We don't want to confuse people here. Every time a point completes, really important this, a new free point is issued. No member ever leaves the program. So once your card's complete, it's going to give you cash, and it's going to give you a new free card with a cashback point on it every time. So let's compare that to the coffee example. Imagine if your card was filled by other people buying coffee worldwide, and when complete you were given cash and a free new card, and then it repeated over and over again. You'd go back to that coffee shop every single time. I have absolutely no doubt at all. There you go, there's the advantages to that. So how does Premier Cashback differ? First of all, we have 100% retention, and 100% of the money due to the members gets returned to the members, doesn't go to the company. Every time a customer makes a purchase, they receive a free cashback point. So let's look at the program here. You've got your cashback point there, okay? And in a controlled process, all points are placed in the program, triggering payments to member. But these points can come from 3 different sources. First of all, they can come from your direct customers. They're the ones with the D on. But they can also come from just members anywhere in the network. These guys may not necessarily be attached to you at all, but the points will get stamped on your card. And then you will see you've got the P there. The P stands for Premier Cashback. So when Premier Cashback has points to produce from money that it's got, if you like, it just puts points in the program and stamps people's cards with it. So you can see 3 sources there coming: direct, generic, and Premier Cashback points. Fill in your card, and these are going to make you payments. At the third, when the 3rd level's full, the 4th level's full, you're going to get payments, substantial cashback payments. Right, so just running through the program, there are various levels. We start off at the alpha level there. The alpha level is then comes the Omega level, then the Ruby level, then the Sapphire level, then you've got Emerald, which feeds the worldwide pool, and then you've got Diamond, which also gives, well, it doesn't feed the worldwide pool, I shouldn't say, it actually gives you access to the worldwide pool. We're going to come to that shortly. I'm going to show you how to make a £50 purchase and turn that into 7,850 Canadian dollars. I know that sounds a bit odd, but you'll have to run with us on this one. So you make a £50 purchase in the Alpha program. When it's complete, it's going to pay you out £100. It's going to give you 2 free cashback points into the Omega program. When each one of those points complete, it's going to give you a free Ruby cashback point into the Ruby program. These pay 2,250 when they complete, and then when your Ruby points complete, it's going to give you a free Sapphire cashback point, and each point pays 4,250. Okay. That adds up to 1,350 for your Omega points, 2,250 for your Ruby point, 4,250 for your Sapphire point, 7,850 Canadian dollars. The exchange rate is about 50-50 at the moment. So what's that, about £3,900? And that can start from a £50 purchase. Okay, it's been doing this since 2008, guys. Just remember this. So this isn't a new concept or a new program. We've literally been doing this since 2008. If you're a network marketer, you're going to want to know how you can grow your income. And this is an income that grows perpetually and exponentially. You are paid on your personal points, so you make your own purchases, and you will be. You'll also get points awarded to you, bonus points for hitting ranks. Each completed alpha point delivers you 100% profit. So the points cost you £50. They're going to give you back £100 every single time. Okay, if we look at the Omega program, this gives you 540%. Each point is valued at 250 Canadian dollars, and it's going to return to you 1,350 Canadian dollars. It's been doing it since 2008. Interestingly though, if you're networkers, you want to know what happens if you build a team. These are your generation bonuses going down 10 levels. When people you've introduced, when their points complete, these are the bonuses you're going to get at those 10 levels. Same here in Omega, 200 Canadian dollars, 100. These are your personals, obviously, on level 1. That's about £100 for each point as it completes. We all know that by the time you get down to level 10, there could be thousands of people in your network, essentially. Then at the Ruby position, you do have to qualify for Ruby. To get to Ruby, you need 10 Omega points yourself, and you need 3 members with 10 points. That will qualify you as Ruby. There are other ways to do it. Speak to the person who's introduced you, can explain that to you. But your personal Ruby points, when they complete, will pay you 2,250 each time. But look at the generation bonuses. These are for your guys in your networks. If you encourage them to promote, to build, your generation bonuses for them at level 1 are 1,000 Canadian dollars, level 2 600, and so on. As you can see, it's quite substantial. Again, by all means, freeze the screen and just study that for a little while. And then when you go into the Sapphire program, these points are worth 750 each. So it's the same sort of cashback stamp card that you saw before, but they're worth 750. To qualify for Sapphire, it's pretty much the same as Ruby, but you need to be a Ruby member. And then you need 3 Ruby members in any 3 legs that you've created, you're working with. That makes you a Sapphire member. And when your Sapphire points completes, you will earn 4,250 Canadian dollars each time they complete. And look at the generation bonuses. Guys, I'm not going to go through it. Just freeze the screen. Look at those bonuses. They are absolutely fantastic. The next 2 levels is Emerald. At the Emerald level, you get 1 share in the worldwide pool. And then we've got Diamond. In the Diamond level, you get 2 shares in the worldwide pool. I should emphasize, when you hit Diamond, you are also an Emerald, you're also a Sapphire, and you're also a Ruby. You don't lose any of that. You've qualified at all levels. You get paid on all levels, basically. To become an Emerald member, you need 3 Ruby members in 3 separate legs. To become a Diamond member, you need 3 Emerald members in 3 separate legs. It's really quite simple. What happens with the worldwide pool? Every member pays $250 a year, but only if they have received £1,000 in payments within that year. So essentially it's free. If they haven't received £1,000, then it's still free to that member. The company take those payments in. 50% of that goes to the company, and 50% is paid to qualified members, to the Emerald and Diamond members, basically. So it pays you to get to this. Now imagine the potential, guys. This is a worldwide opportunity. At the moment, we have barely scratched the surface. This worldwide pool could be absolutely huge. So if you get working with it and you get yourself to these levels, these are quarterly payments. They could be absolutely huge. There are more bonuses, slightly, a few more different things that happened. I would encourage you to register a free account. If you register a free account, you can go into the back office and you can see how all the bonuses work in the back office there. And this, absolutely brilliant. Once a member hits any rank, they remain at that rank. You don't need to fund your rank. You don't need to dip into your own pocket and buy extra product just to stay here. You are here for life. That's it. No volumes to hit, no targets to reach, no penalties, no demotions. That is an enormous appeal. It means you're only going to work it once. Once you've got a customer in, they're with you, and that's it, and they stay with you. Right, guys, we're very, very close to the end of the presentation. Yeah. Okay, very quickly there, Premier Cashback, that's the company. You only build it once. You can build a future with Premier Cashback. I would encourage you now to get back to the person who's introduced you to this and open a free account. As I say, just open a free account, and I would encourage you to make a purchase as soon as possible so you're in the program. Let's get you working this. This is going to be well, it already is absolutely phenomenal. It's traded for 7.5 years. Has a brilliant track record. You're joining just an incredible company with some of the best products on the planet coming to us. Okay, guys, thank you for your time. Appreciate you listening to me. I look forward to seeing you involved in the business. Please connect with me, Kevin Wilkes, as I say, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side, so to speak. Thank you very much.